All right, I've asked about pass rusher Calais Campbell before, but Brad Biggs now has weighed in, saying he's spoken to executives who believe Calais Campbell has a good year left in him. He's getting older, but last season
like
played.
Kap.
Yeah, Prevagen's coming for Calais.
Wow.
Last season he played 17 games and more than 60% of the snaps. He also has a little versatility. He can move inside occasionally, play over the not really the right over the center, but he'll play over the A gap and over the tackle from time to time. So shot or no shot, signing Calais Campbell would get this Bears team closer to a division title.
That's a shot.
Agree 100%.
That's a shot.
100%. Use him in a rotation. He's not a guy that's going to play every down on defense. Use him and keep him fresh, and he can make plays for you. Big time.
You and I both see, just like Ryan Poles sees, he's thinking, I can't fix everything. I would imagine in a quiet moment, I'm sure Ryan Poles will see, I like my roster. But he sees the whole like we see the whole. Like, we love that Montez Sweat is on this football team. And I'm sure that he wants to be able to see more from Javon Dexter, another level from Javon Dexter, Billings at nose tackle. But, on the other side of Sweat, he sees that hole. This is no shot at, like, DeMarcus Walker. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that he's thinking about an anchor over there that he can rotate in, a veteran that's been there and done that can get to the quarterback. Sure, that's a shot. It would solidify that defense even more so.
Yes, completely agree. And we have, I believe, in actual cap space after you get everybody done on the rookies, $12.5 million still in room.
Shay.
All right, yesterday, the White Sox put Eloy Jimenez on the injured list again.
Tune in.
Wow.
I went to NBC Sports Chicago this morning and saw a breakdown on the website, all of the injuries that have caused Eloy to miss time in his 6 years with the White Sox.
Oh, pretty strong. A partner doing that. I guess they see the end.
Yeah,
about 1 o'clock this afternoon.
Oh, man.
I
Wow.
was a bit surprised.
That'll
that
be off.
It came from NBC Sports Chicago. The headline was Eloy Jimenez awful injury history. I would read through it, but it would take the remainder of the segment. He has missed time on 20 separate occasions since 2019 due to an injury. And that's not all. Since April of 2023, any guesses how many instances of injury have caused Eloy to miss time? This is 13 months.
4 times?
13 months. I'm going to say 6.
7.
7.
You're both under. 7 instances of missing time to injury in 13 months.
Damn.
Shot or no shot. At this point, it is fair to say Eloy Jimenez might bear some responsibility for his injuries.
Let me tell you something right now. I didn't understand at the time in the offseason why he's still on this ball club. I don't understand why Eloy Jimenez, when you're trying to clean house and you want to tank, Getz is never going to say that openly. Reinsdorf's never going to say that openly, but that's exactly what it was. They could not win with the court they had, and they decided to tank. Okay, fine. You want to be as bad? Go right ahead. But if you're going to do that, take Eloy with you. I don't care what it costs, Cap. I don't care what his salary situation is. I normally don't when it comes to sports, what someone's making. But what I care about is getting guys that are a negative off your ball club. If the White Sox want to clean house, I don't know why Eloy got saved. Damaged goods, unlucky, soft, all the above. Whatever you want to say, it's still not good enough. When you're unavailable, you are not of use to the Chicago White Sox. And so it is an embarrassment for him to be injured again, just crossing home plate. He is a microcosm of what's wrong with this baseball team. We're coddling and fostering along guys that can't play. He's not even 30 yet, and he's already a DH. He should be in the home at this time. I can understand if he's just some grizzled veteran, Cap, but he's not. The idea that he's had that many injuries and he's still in a White Sox uniform is insane to me. He's not of use to the ball club. You know what you do with guys like Eloy Jimenez in the back of the barn? Exactly.
The glue factory.
Enough.
Yeah, he's only 27. You realize the Cubs paid $2.85 million to him when he was 16 years old. He was one of the top signees out of the DR, the Dominican Republic. They trade him to the White Sox. He will have made roughly $40 million when this season ends. $40 million.
You know what?
Be Eloy.
You know what he would have been in the 80s, Cap? He just would have been that pinch hitter off the bench.
Yeah.
That's what he would have been. All right, bottom of the ninth. Let's bring Eloy up. We're down one. Let's see if he can get
break it open.
That's it. That's it. Because he, in a doubleheader, you might put him in there for 7 innings. He would have been Richie Hebner back in the day at the end of his career.
Correct.
Thad Bosley, Gary Woods, Eric Soderholm. He would have been guys like that at the end. All right, we need a key base hit. All right, Eloy, put your cleats on. All right, get him out of the clubhouse. He's sleeping. Need a base hit here, or need a home run in a big spot. But to have him out there every day, he can't even be a DH and be healthy, Cap. He can't even give you 4 at-bats and stay healthy on a regular basis. It is nonsense. I love the fact that the Sox decided, we're going to just get rid of a lot of these guys and we're just going to start over. But Eloy, that's a bridge too far. No, I don't care what it costs. He doesn't belong on this baseball team. He's not healthy enough.
Can't believe you had tickets multiple years on him to be the home run leader in the American League. Shea.
Damn. What do you think Eloy Jimenez has been paid per home run in his 6 years?
Per home run in his 6 years. I'm going to say $1 million.
$425,531 per home run.
Wow.
All right, I got another shot or no shot. Cap brought this up.
And the audience, by the way, especially our new audience, because we get new listeners every day, no, it was not me doing that. It was this jackaloon that just kept betting on Eloy Jimenez. If you don't get the joke. Because some people will say, boy, Hoodie's an idiot. Why would he do that? I know that guy was bad on the air. He took a look. That wasn't me.
It would be me.
It would be the guy with the invisible horse. Here's Shea Norling.
Cap brought this up last segment, the Hal Steinbrenner comments. Another MLB team crying poor. I take issue with this one.
Okay.
My question's not about that, but the quote to the New York Post, quote, I'm going to be honest, payrolls at the levels we're at right now are simply not sustainable for us financially. Now, the Yankees, who own their exclusive television network, used public money for more than half of the construction of their new Yankee Stadium, are the only MLB team among the 10 most valuable American sports franchises, and are currently 4th in attendance with average crowds at 39,000. Just can't afford it. And I want to ask a different question. Shot or no shot? Juan Soto is going to leave New York this year and come to Chicago?
Yeah, that's a no shot. He's not coming to Chicago. Ooh. The one team is not going to pay him, and the other team probably isn't going to pay him either, but he's not leaving the Yankees.
Well.
No shot.
Well.
But they're poor, Cap.
Who, the Yankees?
Yeah. Hal Steinbrenner went to the New York Post with a help me, I'm poor.
You saw this, Cap. You just referenced. I mean, that's insane for anyone with the last name of Steinbrenner putting his hat in hand saying we don't have money. That's unbelievable.
Well, I don't think he's saying we don't have money. He's saying the level that they're spending at, I don't have the payrolls right in front of me, but I'll get them. He says it's unsustainable. But they got to be getting out of the Giancarlo Stanton contract fairly soon. They have to be.
The Yankee fan will not be happy with that at all. And by the way, when I hear Hal Steinbrenner speak, I hear Jerry Reinsdorf's voice. How about that? I think that it's not Hal alone. I think the owners are drawing a line in the sand with a lot of these salaries. Hey, they drew a line in the sand with a lot of these middle of the road players when it came to salaries this past offseason. Did they not?
They did.
You don't want to call collusion. You don't have to call collusion. I'm just saying that for someone with the last name Steinbrenner saying that out loud, especially with the Soto sweepstakes looming large, what are you saying, Hal? It sounds like that they're going to turn a blind eye to Soto and say it's too rich for our blood. That's what I think.
Okay, so Stanton, who's in his 13th major league year, is making $32 million a year. Aaron Judge makes $40 million a year. Soto 31, Rodon 27, Stroman 18, Rizzo 17. Like, they've got to get some of that off their books. They just have to. 100%. They're at $314 million.
Why do you
314.
Why do you speak for the owner when you're supposed to be a fan? Why do you care? Why do you
I'm
do
not
that?
saying
Cap?
I care. I'm just saying you if you're going to pay that, you're not getting enough out of Giancarlo Stanton. And go look at Anthony Rizzo's numbers. Love him dearly for what he did for the Cubs. He's not worth the money he's getting.
Well,
they need to sign Juan Soto, and that's going to cost what? If Judge is at 40, Soto's going to get every bit of 40, right?
Yes, with the Cubs.
Okay, so to sign him, they need to add more starting pitching. They got to get Garrett Cole healthy. I'll bet you their payroll is still going to be approaching $300 million next year.
And
And rightfully so.
And in that market, like this market in Los Angeles, it should be that high. I'm with Shea in this regard. All the money that you make as a team, and this is all across the board, but we're just talking about major markets like this one. Hey, man, you should spend what you have to spend to solidify yourself as a champion, or try to get as close to it as possible. For Hal Steinbrenner of the Steinbrenner family to say this is not sustainable, well, no. Maybe Brian Cashman's not sustainable. Maybe you should have a change of the guard there. I mean, you expect the Yankees to spend, the Red Sox to spend, the Dodgers to spend, the Cubs to spend. This is who they are, Cap. Now you want to have a tag day, say I'm not so sure? I mean, if I'm the Yankees, that should be an automatic, whatever it takes. Because as we move forward through our lives as sports fans, Cap, the salaries are going through the roof. We talk about this in the NFL all the time. Yep. It's not going to be this. The salary structure of 2024 is not the salary structure of 1980. It just isn't.
No, but the one thing I would say to you, and again, it's not my money. Spend it on my favorite team.
Yeah.
The NFL doesn't have to worry about regional sports networks that are blowing up everywhere. The other three sports do. The NFL is on an island by itself where they're making insane money. Oh, we could spend whatever it is we have to spend. Unless we get a salary cap in baseball, and I don't think that's coming anytime soon. Do you?
I do not.
So they got to figure it out. I want to win.
Shea, spend as much as possible if it means a championship. It's not our money.
Yeah, I don't have empathy for any of these people.
That's
the
our
cost
money.
that they want to charge for tickets, like go look at the average ticket price to get into Yankee Stadium and tell me that it should be palatable for any fan to care about their payroll. When it's a franchise,
I don't believe they should care.
It's a franchise worth over $7 billion.
Do you want him to not be honest?
No, I want him to spend money. I don't believe
He's
him.
spending $324.
But here's the deal, Cap. I don't believe him that it's unsustainable. I don't buy it. I think you're looking for profit margins. That's what all these guys do.
Yes.
All of these owners put ROI next to everything that they do. So he can be quote unquote honest. I ain't buying it.
Yeah, it lied to me, but just give me a championship. Be the biggest liar in sports, but just give me a championship.
Yeah,
because you know what? Because as a fan, I ain't in it for the relationships. I'm in it to see my team win. Seriously, that's how I roll.
I completely get it. I'm just asking the question: do you like that he's honest, or would you rather he kept his mouth shut?
I don't think you should have said anything.
So if the question gets asked, because it did, he was in a forum where they asked the question, you would rather he just said, "I'm not commenting on payroll."
Yeah, actually, I think I would have preferred it.
You would have done that.
Because, again, I don't buy that he's being honest. If I don't buy that he's being honest, then the honesty does nothing for me.
And you would have done that, Cap, because, by the way, it's no one's business. And, by the way, you haven't crossed that bridge yet when it comes to Soto. So you wouldn't have said anything either.
Yeah, I probably would have said, "I'm not discussing our payroll."
That's right. That's right. Not yet. In the offseason, we could talk about if we get Soto or if we get a reasonable facsimile of offense.
Yeah. And the Cubs are the White Sox are in a different position. I get it. The Cubs are a contending team. They're at 230. I think there's more to be wrung out of that turnip.